Yo, 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 what's up, Diamond family? It's your man Vivi, and welcome back to VVS Sound. As you guys know, I'm here every week dropping off gems, teaching you to record and mix your music better. So, if that sounds good to you, stick around. Look, man, I got a crazy video for you today. It's a continuation from the last video where Jerry Legend and I were using the super cheap mic in the control room to record. I'm going to show you how to mix those vocals from a super cheap mic, okay? Now, if you remember, we recorded in our free template that's down below. Look, man, if you don't have a template, go and pick that one up. This template is going to change the game for you. It's going to change the way that you record, the way you sound, and the way you mix your songs. It's going to do it immediately. All right, so if you don't have a template, go ahead and pick that up down below. Now let's jump into the mix of this track. I'm actually not even going to really mess with the ad-libs, so we're going to go ahead and mute those. I'm just going to mess with the lead vocals, and we're going to get those to sit really well in the mix. So let's hear what we got. I haven't really listened to the song much, so let's hear what we have, and then we'll build on that.
You said you would not settle. They told you could do better.
Okay, so the first thing I'm really noticing about this cheaper mic is the Sibilance is crazy. The Sibilance is probably what you're hearing in this also cheap mic that I'm using right now. The S sounds are really harsh in this recording. So let's see if we can tame those and control them down. But essentially, the mixing steps I take are going to be the same as if I was mixing, on our more expensive mic. We're just going to identify the problems, clean them up, and be on our way. All right, so let's go ahead and grab a De-Esser. Like I said, I like to use the one in Nectar a lot, just because it has a great visual representation. So let's go ahead and pull that up really quickly. Boom. Let's get rid of this compressor. We won't be using it. We're just going to go ahead and go straight for the De-Esser. I like to pull it in front of my EQ. I don't know, it's just a preference thing. So let's hear what we got.
You said you would not settle.
All right, too much S.
You said you would not settle. You said you would not settle.
Still a little hard. So a lot of times I will set the De-Esser lower when I'm using a cheaper mic, just because cheaper mics tend to boost a shelf in the high end that you don't really need to boost. And so I'll bring the De-Esser down a little bit more because the S's seem to react a little bit earlier sometimes on these cheaper mics. And also this mic I'm using, I've been using for years, so I kind of know it well. I know what it sounds like.
You said you would not settle.
You see how much better control we got by just dropping the De-Esser down a few more hundred kilohertz or a few more hundred hertz. It really changed the game. So that's cool. Let's see what we can do in the EQ. I know we got some low mid build up, and as you guys know, I like to use the visual EQ as well. So we'll do some EQing right here in Nectar.
You said you would not settle.
You hear that kind of honky, nosy sound? Let's solo it out.
You said you would not settle.
So let's see if we can dig some of that out of our mix a little bit. We'll drop that maybe 2 or 3 dB.
You said you would not settle.
And now it just brought out the super low end a little bit more. What I'm going to do actually is, let me X this out. I'm going to use my my high pass filter, and I'm going to actually change the shape of it. And I'm going to bring it higher than I normally would, so we're getting some attenuation in these lower 200 and 2 to 300 frequencies. So let's hear what that sounds like.
You said you would not settle. They told you could do better.
Cool. I'll fix some more EQ problems down the line when I do some additive EQ, but I like where that is. Let's jump into compression. So since I didn't track with any compression, I'm probably going to add a few more compression steps than I would if I had tracked this with compression. As you can see, I'd actually already turned the vocal down a little bit. Let's move that in front of our mix bus channel emulation, and let's load up an LA2A style compressor. Let's go with this one. I always bring the high frequency all the way, which is basically, it changes the way the compressor reacts, so it reacts more to high frequencies when you have the high frequency tab all the way to the left. So let's hear what we got. We're going to be aiming for 3 to 5 dB of gain reduction using this first compressor.
You said you would not settle. They told you could do better. You said you would not settle. They told you could do better.
Cool. So thing that we should do right now, let's bypass the Nectar, and let's also bypass the compression we just added to make sure we're making a positive change on the track.
You said you would not settle.
Perfect. So we can obviously hear that vocal was too loud. Let's see if we got any more balance.
You said you would not settle.
You hear how the vocal got more present, clearer without having to really turn. We actually turned the vocal down, but it stayed just as legible, just as clear. That's what you want. Let's get a faster compressor. I'm going to use the 1176, and believe it or not, this vocal is almost dialed in, man. I actually think I'm going to stick with this the blackface because of the way I cut out some of the low end. I feel like the vocal is a little thin now, and I feel like the blackface will probably add some body to it. So let's see if we can get that. I'm gonna go with the slowest attack, the fastest release, and just dial in some compression. I'll probably mess with the attack knob. We'll just see what it starts sounding like.
You said you would not settle. They told you you could do better. You said you would not settle. They told you you could do better. You said you would not settle. They told you you could do better.
Cool, I like that. So now instead of boosting the high end, what I'm gonna do is reach for this revival instead, and I'm gonna add some saturation to the high end just to give us a little bit more clarity, a little bit more cut from this vocal. Let's see what we get from this.
You said you would not settle. They told you you could do better.
Now our gain has gotten a little bit higher, but I'm just going to use the fader to adjust the gain. We'll probably take off about 2 dB on the lead bus overall. And then I think we might be there. Let's listen.
You said you would not settle. They told you you could do better. Nothing lasts forever. But why did you treat me so whatever? And I can't.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I love the way that sounds. I think it's got good balance to it. I think that's a good vocal to beat ratio, a good mix. And so I think we're ready for the next step, man. And if you want to take this step further, you can load this right into our instant mix. So I'm gonna show you the instant mix template and how this song right here is about to go from where it is to a finished mix. So let's look at our numbers really quick. I just want to see how loud we are.
Said you would not settle.
We're getting good volume, but we're actually clipping. So we probably should bring back the beat a little bit. Our vocal track is already up loud enough. Our beat is at 0. So let's see if we can get some better balance. I'm actually going to trim down our music bus a little bit more and maybe take some more from our vocal. Let's see if we can get a better balance.
You said you would not settle. They told you you could do better. Nothing lasts forever. But why did you treat me so whatever? And I can't deny, I can't move without you.
All right, bet. So that's in a good place. Let's see how we can take that from, you know, the song that's kind of a rough right now and make it a finished mix. And we're going to use instant mix, which is our template that's really going to do that for you instantly. So let's look at our numbers before we drop everything into instant mix and see where we are. Let's see where we are.
But why did you treat me so whatever? And I can't.
Okay, bet. So we're negative 12 LUFS, negative 15 integrated, which is not very loud. Let's see what kind of volume and punch and clarity we can get once we load up instant mix. So I'm gonna just load them up from here. Let's go with the mix bus. Alright, bet. So we got the mix bus, we got the master bus for instant mix loaded up. Let's hear what this vocal sounds like now with instant mix engaged.
You said you would not settle. They told you you could do better. Nothing lasts forever. But why did you treat me so whatever? And I can't.
Okay, so as you can hear, the song got much cleaner. It got a lot more open, it got a lot bigger, it got louder, it got more clear. You got all of these things literally from dragging and dropping these settings right into your session. Look, man, it doesn't get any easier than this. Now, what I would do is to tweak to get a little bit more volume. I would mess with this FGX and I would just go straight to the gain knob and just boost it a little.
You said you would not settle.
So my goal with that gain knob is to get this fader, well, this meter to hit below 10. So anything, well, really below 11. So anything negative 10 or higher is what I want, right?
You said you would not settle. They told you you could do better.
And that's it, man. It's that simple. Look, these are the skills you need, man. If you record into our template, our completely free template, and you pick up Instant Mix, you're going to have every song sound incredible. You don't even have to mix it. It's going to work for you instantly. Look, man, that's all I really got for you today. Again, my name is Vivi. If you need a template, check out our free template down below. If you want your songs mixed instantly, check out Instant Mix. It's also down below. Look, man, I'm Vivi. Remember, stay humble, make diamonds only. Peace.
Nothing lasts forever. But why did you treat me so whatever?